Hello, colleagues. It's wonderful to have all of you joining us today. I am accepting everyone into this meeting and getting started. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Some of you, we are very proud that we have a large network from around the world. So for some of you, it may be morning. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's get started with this session today. As you have noticed, today we have an esteemed set of Ignite faculty members joining us to talk about particularly how systemic group coaching uh, create possibilities and also how to create signature offerings around group coaching. So I know that many of you are in our network, so you know many of me. Many of you know me. In case if you don't know me, I'm Fernando Hetiaguru, the founder of Ignite Global, and I'm very excited to present this dual certification program to you today. So today I have Kate, Kochi, and Antanas, Aida, and Michelle officially joining this session as the our academic partners as well as the faculty. And at the same time, there are also few of this program is delivered by 13 faculty, including myself. So today you see 6 of them, and some other faculty members are also joining to support all of us. With that, let's begin. So as we begin, I would like to do a very quick introduction to Ignite Global and this program. Ignite Global came to life about 10 years ago, and actually myself, before starting Ignite Global, I was delivering coaching to organizations, and leaders in the organization started saying, Fernando, we really like your unique skill set. Why don't you teach this to us? So unofficially, I started delivering coach education, and it was very well received. So I thought, why don't we accredit this beautiful program and from ICF and then start delivering it to a wider group of professionals like you, for an example. So that's how Ignite Global came to be. And then I think something important I would like to mention now that we are introducing professional coaching advanced mastery certification in coaching groups and teams, which is also a dual certification, which I will talk to you about in a minute. But I'd like to tell you the story how this program evolved over 8, 9 years now. When ICF only had the ICF core competency, this is about 11 years ago, 12 years ago, I became very interested in seeing how some few master certified coaches, mostly MCCs, conducting team coaching, working with teams. So I became very curious and I wanted to learn under them. There were no official team coaching qualification at the time. Um, so I started learning from these very well experienced coaches and also worked with some of them as an apprentice. So this is how I was introduced to team coaching to begin with. Some of my previous example with leadership, some of my experience, education from industrial psychology, and also the work that I have been doing, the training, learning and development work I have been doing. So this became really extremely powerful in delivering the team coaching to the individuals, professionals, groups that I worked with. So that's how I truly started team coaching, truly by doing it, true practice, without even having a strong competency framework. So one of the first things I did when I created this program, because seeing the power of team coaching, I thought, why don't we bring this as an ICF accredited program? But make a note, 8 years ago, there were no um, team coaching competency as such. There were only core competency. So first thing I had to do was to create a set of competency and then start incorporating. And then I thought, since team coaching is not something very well known out there, what do I name this program? What would create most value? So then I thought organizational development specialist program. So one can help an organization to develop through the consultancy they offer, but using a coaching methodology. So this is how I created the program. It wasn't necessarily called team coaching program at the very beginning. And what I did was somehow then, although there were no team coaching competency with ICF, I thought, let's test the ground. Let's submit this and see whether ICF would consider this as a team coaching program and accredit. And guess what, for my surprise, they decided to accredit this. So this program was introduced to the world before there were team coaching competency from ICF even to begin with. Then you would imagine my anticipation when I see a few years ago when ICF announced that they are going to release team coaching competency. So I was really well prepared for that date for the competency to come out. And when I looked at the competency, I was, I would say, in a way, humbled. I felt very proud in a way. At the same time, I also noticed I had this relief. The reason because I noticed that the team coaching competency ICF introduced was well, it's comprehensive in its own context, but I found if you compare that with the program, that we had a much larger grounds covered with the program as an organizational development specialist, rather than limiting ourselves to just a narrow set of competency. Because competency, this kind of competence from ICF means minimum skill requirement. So I was really happy that we had much elaborated set of competency framework in terms of what we were delivering as group and team coaching, focus being organizational development specialist. Now, the next hurdle I would say is that since this program was approved as team coaching program before ICF accredited, ICF had its own competency framework for team coaching. I now had to go through the reaccreditation process after ICF introduced. Well, I was quite confident that it would go through easily because that this is in alignment with it, and my imagination was accurate. In 9 days, ICF reapproved our program under the new competency framework. So I want to share this story with you because sometimes we as professionals, especially most of us are entrepreneurs, most of us are working for ourselves. So maybe it's true that I have an established coaching company and I am also a coach education provider, but I also started somewhere like where you are today sometimes, right? If you're still finding your path, you're finding your way. Sometimes we really don't know fully everything. When I created this program, I had no idea ICF will introduce the team coaching competency even to begin with, right? So sometimes we go to places and we open new doors and we don't know where it will lead. And in my experience, I want to share my experience that in this case, I was lucky that it opened the right set of doors. I'm not saying that always all the right doors open. I think we shouldn't have that kind of expectation. But I think what's most important as coaches is we trust, we believe in ourselves, and then we go with the right flow of how we are guided in a way through our own intuition, through our own understanding about the world and ourselves. All right, so with that, I would like to dive into today's session, and I am very excited to learn about you. And our this session is going to be a bit interactive. Our faculty members, and when I say faculty members, each faculty member who has completed, who is going to be a resource provider and educator for this program, also have completed this program fully. So you are learning from someone who has experience in real world, who are qualified coaches, at the same time been through this program and experienced it fully. So you are working with a set of professionals, educators whom you can directly reach out for assistance and support. So I'm very excited to hear about their opinions, their ideas about the program. So that way it will enable you, if you're looking for team coaching education, then also focusing on either PCC credential or ACTC credential, I think you will be able to gain a very good understanding, first-hand experience. All right, so with that, I would like to invite our faculty members to introduce themselves briefly. And then we will conduct a bit of interactive, like little breakout rooms where you can introduce yourself to each other. We have about 30 people at the moment in this session, and we had about 100 professionals registering for this webinar. So let's see in a few more minutes. And in the meantime, let's hear from our faculty. Kate, may I invite you to introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Thank you, Fernando, for giving me the opportunity to meet our interested other coaches who are interested in this program. My name is Kate Shi. I am currently a PCC, ACCC. In my past career, I was in the engineering field for over 30 years. That was before the pandemic. And I was engineer by trade and project management professional for many years. And when so currently I'm an executive coach for tech companies, for the professionals and the executives in the tech company. And also I'm a team coach for organizations. Yeah, so I am passionate about helping others. I think I have a gift to help others develop. And I'm very excited to be part of this faculty team and then to share what I've learned with and also what I've the experience I've gained with other people who are interested.
Thank you, Kate. Next, let's hear from Gochi.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ugochi Osai. I am based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a PCC coach. But before this, I was an investment banking specialist for about 17 years until I pivoted to coaching. I am today an executive and leadership coach. And my passion is just to develop leaders who can stand, who are resilient, who have the skills, who are emotionally intelligent. I got into Ignite Global how many years ago? And I did my PCMC GT. I'm today an organizational development specialist. I'm currently enrolled in the Trauma-Informed Coaching Certification Program. So I'm glad to be here and I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Gochi. Anne, over to you.
Hi, thank you, Fernando. Hi, everyone. I'm really pleased to see everybody here today. I'm based in Dublin in Ireland, and I completed the team and group coaching course with Fernando as well. My background is in banking. Essentially, I did live for 13 years in France where I owned and ran a small business, but came back from France and then worked in banking for over 20 years. I was working with teams in banking, which is what drove me to do the coaching course. And I now work with women in banking and also with teams within banks. And I have found that this course has really given me the clarity and confidence and the structure to do team coaching within banking. I also work with women who are mid-career and wondering where to from here. And that's my background. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Antanas, over to you.
Hello, everybody, and yeah, really happy to be here. So, firstly, me is a father of two beautiful kids, husband of the, lovely wife, and only then ICF business coach from Lithuania. So, helping SME business owners to go, from this journey of most busiest employee of their own business to organize and profitable business. So that's my journey. Happy to be here. Happy to be with Ignite. So welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Antanas. Happy to be with you. And over to Ida.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Fernando. I am Aida Akstiniene, currently holding PCC credentials and on my way to ACTC. But before that, I was a lawyer. For over 15 years, I had been guiding legal teams in the public sector and also working with international initiatives and non-governmental institutions. But today, my whole focus is on coaching, and I'm a full-time coach, supporting people in finding balance between who they are and how they show up in the world, focusing a lot on mindset, identity shifts, personal leadership, and awareness. And I'm very excited to be part of this faculty team and looking forward to share what I gained along the way, what I learned, and to grow together. Thank you.
Wonderful, Ida. Thank you. Michelle, over to you.
Hi, everybody. Happy to be here. I am currently in a sort of semi-sunny Kenya. I'm originally from the UK, I am a proud mom of 2 boys, and I'll also bring the fur dog, and I'm a fur mom as well, so I have 2 dogs. In terms of who I am as a coach, I think it all links to wellness. So I'm actually an award-winning coach in the area of wellness, and all the work that I do comes from wellness. So I work with teams, I work with groups, I work with adults, leaders, and I also work with youth. I actually coach children from 8 upwards, and that probably gives you an inkling of my background. So my background is actually in education. So I started off in education in London as a teacher, and then very quickly my true strengths were identified and I went into the teacher training arena. So in terms of my strengths, it's really about empowering people. So coaching is such a wonderful gift. Through the power of group and team, we can really empower individuals to be the best that they can be. I'm very excited to be here on the faculty. I'll share my journey later, but it's great to be with Ignite Global. And Fernando gave us a lot, and now it's our opportunity to also to be able to give back to you and share all the knowledge and wisdom that we've gained from being on this course and now actually being part of the faculty. I will stop now because I could talk and talk, but it's not all about me, is it, Fernando? It's about the course and empowering you who've come to listen. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Michelle. As much as it's about the course, I think it's also about our faculty. And I think as you were introducing, I feel deeply proud to see how diverse our community is and our faculty members are, and also our coaches, professionals who are going through our program and our community. And I think that is diversity is something that we can truly celebrate with the word global that is in Ignite Global. All right. Thank you, Michelle. And Geneva, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That is one of my favorite things about this program is the global perspective. So like all of the other faculty members, I am honored to be on this call and to be part of the faculty. My name is Geneva Cooper, and I am on the East Coast of the United States in the Boston, Massachusetts area. And I came to know Fernando and this program almost 2 years ago, which feels crazy to me that that much time has elapsed. But I am a leadership and executive coach. And what I am most excited about this opportunity is sharing the experience, sharing the potential and the possibilities that are available to all of us as coaches, but also as growing professionals. So thank you, Fernando, for opening it up for us.
Thank you, Geneva. Look forward to hearing the insights of our faculty members as we continue this session. And now we would like to get to know all of you a little bit and really promoting the true power of connection, interaction. We would like to create a few breakout rooms where you can interact with a few of you and truly share your thoughts and intentions to be here. So I would like to invite our faculty members to lead a small group of our participants. And then I think in this first group that we will hold in the breakout room, we would like to invite you to briefly introduce yourself and also your intentions of being here, especially at the end of this 1.5 hours to 2 hour session today. What would you like to walk away with? How would this session help you expand your horizon? So introduction and sharing your intentions to be with us today. And please give me a minute as you are gathering your thoughts. I am also creating the breakout rooms. So give me a minute and then I will open the breakout rooms. All right, okay. I'm about to open the breakout rooms, and just in case if someone in your breakout room is not able to participate, that's all right. And yeah, have a good time together, and I'll see you in 10 minutes.
I'm not going to a breakout room, Fernando.
Susan, I'm going to add you with Anne, so you help her with the breakout room. It's a breakout room discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll add you to room 3.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Welcome back, colleagues. I hope all of you had some time catching up with each other, getting to know your intentions, and also getting to know each other as well, right? So before we continue into our session, so today many different segments prepared for you. One of them is our faculty members will share how they found Ignite Global, how they enroll in the program, and what it was like. I think it's very important that you gain an understanding of this program if you're interested in pursuing. What is the program about? Really from those professionals who have been through this program firsthand. I also see as we continue, there are a few of the other faculty members have joined us. For example, I see Fran, thank you for joining us. Susan, thank you for joining us. These are also our faculty members. Thank you for joining and supporting us. All right, so our faculty members will be talking about their experiences, and then we will ask specific questions about group coaching based on the experience of our faculty members, because they are not just only educators, they are actually professional coaches who are delivering their services and coming with Ignite Global delivering this program. So it's always good to understand what are their practical examples, especially if you're in a space of considering group and team coaching as your next evolution. Then we will also discuss a bit about what are their experiences, our faculty members' experiences in acquiring both PCC and ACTC credentials through this program, also while discussing some nuances of group, team, and individual coaching, comparing them today. So this session is scheduled for 2 hours, but we remain here as it is necessary. We might not use the entire 2 hours, and you are most welcome to stay back and ask any questions if you would like to towards the end. So now what we will do is quickly run a poll, and can you please let us know where you are in the coaching journey, please, so that we know at which level we need to be delivering this session today. Okay, so another 10 seconds. All right, so I hope that all of you had the opportunity to answer the poll, and I will share results with all of you so that we all know where we are. So we have about 5% of you. One of you is not a coach, interested about learning coaching, and then some of you have coach-specific training, at least 60 hours of education, and many of you hold the ACC credential, and some of you also hold the PCC credential. All right, so colleagues, when you share your insights, we keep in mind this information. All right, with that, since many of you have, except for one of you, you have at least 60 hours of coach education, I would like to begin on the note that this program is ICF Level 2 program, which means that coaches, the prerequisite to enroll in this program is at least 60 hours of ICF coach-specific education, focusing on core competency, and approximately about 100 hours of coaching experience, as we will not address directly address core competency in the team coaching training. All right, so with that, let's hear from our faculty members, their journey to finding Ignite, what it was like, and their experiences. I think that would give you some insights to the kind of community you might be joining. All right, so I see Ida first. Ida, would you like to go ahead?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Fernando. So, okay, let's begin with a spontaneous story, as I say. I joined Ignite Global spontaneously. Actually, I didn't research, and I didn't think that it was the right time for me to join. So I advocate those who are still indecisive or maybe are holding a thought that one day I have to join level 2 program, or I have to take a group and team coaching course, but I'm not sure is it the time is right. So my experience is speaking about that, that I won a lottery by doing that. I was invited by my friend, also faculty member Miro, to join him and Antanas, who is also faculty member here. Like he said, let's go and learn together. It will be like a better experience. We could share, we could grow together, we could reflect on our learning journey. And I agreed, although at that time I had only 250 hours of coaching, and I was a little bit anxious about how I will manage to get 500 in a year, or let's say when I have to reach the PCC application. So I was not very sure, but in the end, what I gained was, like I said, like I felt like I won in a lottery, because I didn't know Ignite Global prior to that. So my colleagues did a research, and I trusted them. And now I'm here holding PCC on my way to ACTC, and in this amazing community called Ignite Global. And I also experienced this amazing quality of this delivery of this program, of, I would say, the signature feature of Fernando and of Ignite Global is over deliver, like deliver and deliver extra and deliver so much value that really transformed me, and I feel more confident, and I really feel a better coach today. So put it briefly, if I may, to share my story, so it would be something like that. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ida. Let's hear from Antanas next.
Thank you, Fernanda. So let's be brief as well. So I would name it like some kind of 3 points. So first of all, it's some engagements like this call, like peer coaching. So you are aware about the Ignite Global, the school. And then there were like 3 points which appeared with the one offer to me. So, you need a personal development. So that was a PCC for me. So you need to grow as a coach. Then more and more my clients came with some team or team questions to the call. So means that you can create a new product for your clients. And the third one is a global business. So, okay, I want to go from local to global. So when the offer came out, like there are three of most important things, so there were no doubt for me. So, I was looking for one actually, for just developing the PCC. But when you are putting everything together, so that's like triple effect for me was this proposal, and I jumped in it with my colleagues Aida and Mira. Yeah. So that's my story.
Thank you, Antanas. Let's hear from Anne next.
Thank you, Fernando. I joined Ignite Global when I finished my initial coach training course. I wanted to get my hours, my 100 hours to get the ICF accreditation. So I joined the ACC Accelerator. And that way I connected with a lot of coaches who are already familiar with Ignite Global and who really spoke very highly about it. So I was receiving emails, and I received an email about the PCMC GT course, following which I had a chat with Fernando and discovered that I could kill two birds with one stone, as they say, do the PCC and the ACTC. And I knew the ACTC would be really improve my confidence in team coaching. So that's really what drove me to the course. But when I joined the course then and got more involved, I realized that Ignite Global really care and support coaches, and you're welcomed into a community where you're really encouraged to grow and develop and get involved. And for me, it has been an amazing journey. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, all right. Thank you. And Gochi, would you like to go next?
Yes, thank you, Fernando. I joined Fernando. I joined Ignite Global after completing my level 1 program with another coaching school. And when I finished, I was wondering, okay, so what next? I didn't know what to do. Now, one of my colleagues who had also been in that program with me said, hey, Gochi, you need to check out Ignite Global. My partner is there. And believe me, the knowledge that she has and what she's able to do just halfway through, I'm learning from her. So I said, fine. I called Fernando. I told him where I was at. And it was like, yes, we can work together. We can do this. And that was how I got into the PCMC GT program. And halfway through, we were talking about, we joined the incubator, business incubator group, and we were actually coaching groups. We were actually supporting teams. And at the end of it, I think it was at the end of this program, even before the certification came out, we were supposed to, have a group coach a team, a group that we would come up with. And I did, and that was the birthing of my own signature program, Invictus Living. And that's what I've run with till now. At the end of the PCMC GT, I came out with the Organizational Development Specialist Certification, and then went on to get my PCC. One of the things that I find really special about Ignite Global is how available Fernando is and how he's able, he listens to you and he tells you can do it. Even when you're wondering, am I going to survive this? Do I have the courage? He's just there with you. And that same thing is what has propelled me into the trauma-informed coaching certification. Just this desire to offer more, to deepen my value, the value that I bring to my clients. So I think that really is my journey with Ignite Global. Thank you.
Thank you, Gochi. And as we designed this session, it was your suggestion, our faculty suggestion, to include this question: how you found Ignite, and then how you found Ignite quite literally first, and then how did you find your experience with Ignite? So I feel a little bit, how do you say it? I feel very humbled and honored, at the same time a little bit shy to be in front of all of you and hearing this, but thank you so very much. And I'm glad that you are giving some insights of how we work to our community, and I'm so glad about that. And what is really interesting here is that as you're saying your side of the story, I am thinking my side of the story. Like the first call I had with Gochi, the first time I met Antanas, is such a beautiful, like a memory lane. Thank you for bringing back those memories, faculty team. I really appreciate. All right, and I hope our guests today, professionals, you are inspired by our sharings. And if you have any questions, if you would like to follow up with any of the insights that our faculty is sharing with you, feel free to do that in the chat room. And if you also have a question, come forward. I'm glad that this is a small session so that we all can co-create. Thank you, Gochi. And Michelle, would you like to go next?
Brilliant. Thank you, Fernando. So I think we actually started our journey. I think I joined the mentoring program. And I found Ignite because you were recommended by a friend who is a coach, and she did a lot of research herself and did the course with you, Britta, and she highly recommended you. So I did the mentoring program with you, I did the group coaching, and I did the 3 individual coaching sessions. And I've been coaching now for 13 years, and I think I've been a credentialed coach maybe for 9 or 10 years. So I've experienced a lot of different mentors and a lot of different programs. So I was very inspired by you, Fernando. I learned a lot. I loved your generosity. You showed really well your commitment and your passion. And I think it's been said before, but you always go that extra mile in everything, because I then did your mentor program again as part of the as part of this group and team coaching course. And also just in terms of, we're not talking about the mentoring program, but also just the way it's set up, in the sense that you've got 6 months. A lot of programs that you go on, you get your 10 hours. But the great thing about this is it's a 6-month program, and you can attend a session when you can. So if you wanted to, you can get well over those 10 hours. And a lot of the faculty members who are in this session now, you were also, at some point, we crossed over in terms of mentoring. So I learned so much from that. So it really helped me develop as a coach. And Fernando, I'm so thankful for you, but you walked the journey with me to get my PCC, which is a slog for those of you who've done it, but very worth it, and even really helped me with the exam. And as part of that mentoring program as well, you have the wonderful exam that the Ignite team wrote, which really set me up for success. So I passed my exam straight away with flying colours because of and I attribute that to having that wonderful mock test, which is, again, I always research a lot, and I tried other examples of those exam practice, but I have to say that the particular one that Ignite Global did really helped me to smash that exam. And then, of course, I did the team and group coaching course. So I made great friends. Some of you are here. And also I just learned a lot. And since doing that course, doors have opened, and I'm now practicing as a team coach, working with high-level companies in Kenya and really adding value. And I attribute that a lot to the course. So I will stop there, but thank you very much, Fernando, and Ignite.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. I really wish that I also have an opportunity to talk about each and every one of you, because I also have a story and I'm dying to tell that. All right, thank you, Michelle. And we have Lux here, who provided the leadership to the ICF credentialing mock exam. So Lux, thank you, and make a note as well as Michelle shared insights. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then let's also hear from Kate. Over to you.
Oh, yes. Well, I found Ignite Global program almost 2 years ago. It's also through another coach colleague who referred. At the time, I was searching for a level 2 program, and I was thinking about the team coaching before I knew about the Ignite Global. But I thought I will do team coaching, but not right now, because I was focusing on my level 2. Let's say do one at a time. Maybe a couple years later, I will do team coaching program. Well, I interviewed about 5, 6 providers for level 2 program. And out of those, they have videos, all these are, I was aiming for MCC in charge program. And all of these sound good, yet after I interviewed each one or watched the videos they sent to me, Ignite Global stood out, especially after I had interviewed with Fernando. So the program has such a huge package. What the offer in the package is generous, means the value is exceeding, what I'm paying for, and plus the team coaching. And after interview with Fernando, I learned that these I can, as who else, I'll kill two birds in one stone. Why not? And so that's what I like. One is you get a dual pass, ACC and ACTC in one pass. Also, we get I think Michelle mentioned about the 6 months group coaching. That was so valuable, 24 hours. That was so generous. And also another reason I chose Ignite Global because Fernando's background. He had been a coach for 20 years and he was doing team coaching for 7 years at a time. And he mentioned he also had he had this therapist background. And I was thinking for coaching and psychology, totally related. And he had this background, and also he had this a lot of other side of the coaching. It's more broader. You know, I could go to a coach more lean, very lean on their experience, but I would rather choose a coach has a wider experience. And last thing I chose this program is after through the conversation with Fernando, and I found he's very practical. And I want something practical. I don't want to just learn competency. I have this a little bit hidden agenda that I want to learn the business. I want to somebody has a role model that I can model how he success in his business. I think that was I didn't, and I'm not sure I said that, but I have a hidden agenda. I'm not just go there to learn competency to pass the exam. That's not where that's not why I'm taking the program. I become a coach is I want to create a successful business. So that's why I chose Ignite Global program. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Kate, and thank you, colleagues, for sharing your insights about your experiences with Ignite and also how you found us. It's so refreshing to hear. And also, I am really, I think I could use the word proud that we have been through that journey, and now you are serving Ignite Global as faculty and sharing that development growth that happened within you, directly with your colleagues. So I'm very honored to have all of you. And also, I see a few more faculty members joining in as well. Thank you for being here. And we also, as you may be aware, that this is a second session of a series of 3. So we have already, during our first session, we discussed about the dual certification as well as the dual credential path that this program covers. I will do a very quick brief introduction now. At the same time, however, if you would like to learn a bit more, please feel free to revisit the session. It's shared with all of you if you have registered for the program. And if you don't have it, let us know. We are happy to share that with you. So to speak about the program a little bit, as I mentioned at the very beginning, the program was initially created as an organizational development specialist who uses a coaching approach, because at the time, the market didn't necessarily know what team coaching was. In fact, I think even now, except for few parts, Western parts of the world, I think team coaching is still quite new to many parts of the world, around the world, I would say. So therefore, those individuals who were working as consultants, professionals, those who were working as consultants and delivering services to organizations, we thought if we can enable them to use a coaching approach and work with groups and teams, they could position themselves really well with credibility and confidence, having completed an ICF program. So we initially delivered organizational development specialist using a coaching approach. This is the initial title of the program. And then as we needed to accredit that with ICF, we used group and team coaching mastery certification very initially, because at the time the level certification wasn't there. And then as we upgraded, as all of my colleagues are mentioning, that program is actually quite extensive. It's not just limited to 65 hours. So we deliver quite a lot in the program, depending on how much you would like to learn. With that aspect, we thought, let's make this an advanced certification. And this word advanced truly is represented by its meaning. first you will experience that advancement happening within you as you develop your skill. At the same time, you will notice the experience itself is an advanced experience. So the program has earned its right to be called an advanced practitioner program because it truly is advanced. And then if I speak a little bit about, so now you have the awareness, the ICF accredited component, the ICF accredited program is Group and Team Coaching Advanced Mastery Certification. And then at the same time, it's a dual certification, comes with Organizational Development Specialist using coaching methodology. And then that's dual certification. And the second aspect I'd like to bring to attention is how this program caters to 2 credentials. So as you may be aware that ICF level 2 programs cater directly towards the PCC credential, and the AATC certifications, the team coaching specific certification, caters directly toward ACTC, advanced certification in team coaching credential with ICF. So when we re-accredited this program, I decided instead of going in the direction of team coach specific accreditation, I decided to accredit this program as a level 2 program. Because when it comes to completing your team coaching credential, which is ACTC, you are required to demonstrate 60 hours of team coaching specific training. It doesn't necessarily need to be accredited directly as a team specific training. It can still be a level 2 training. By doing so, we gain the access to both credentials. So you receive the level 2 certification, where if you have currently done, like many of the colleagues mentioned already, if you have done your level 1 certification or ICF, the initial 60 hours certification elsewhere, you can bring that. You do not need to recertify anything. You don't need to retrain. We take those 60 hours and we provide you with this 65 hours of level 2 training, and then we combine this initial 60 and the 65 hours together. That way we collect 125 hours and then we issue you an upgraded certification. We call it upgrading from level 1 to level 2, so that you can go towards the PCC credential directly through level 2 path. Even though you may have done maybe ACSTH, maybe you have used portfolio path earlier, doesn't matter. If you have ACC and 60 hours of education, then we can upgrade your certification to level 2. So by doing so, you can directly go towards the PCC credential. And then another possibility of accrediting the program in this way is that we can issue you the team and group and team coaching certification, which you can use towards the ACTC credential. So that's how we make a lot of possibilities within this one program, both the dual certification as well as dual path towards the credential as well. We will discuss some of these ideas further. And yes, we will be sharing the ICF question. We will be sharing the recorded sessions with you, so you can access them. All right. So now, since you are gaining somewhat an understanding of this program, let's understand a little bit about the view of our faculty members, those who are also conducting coaching outside of being a faculty here, being parents or whatever that they're doing. Let's hear their insights, especially as a coach using group and team coaching in their practice, what it looks like. So I would like to start with Antanas. As you heard, Antanas is a business coach, and recently he celebrated the 100 businesses milestone, how he has supported these businesses to grow. So Antanas, we celebrate that milestone with you. So you are the perfect person to answer this question. So I would like to understand from you, Antanas, how does group coaching, since you are working in business environment, since you work with groups of business owners, we would like to understand how does group coaching particularly support your role as a organizational development specialist, especially focusing on outcomes, because I think we are all here in coaching. Our clients are here because they are looking for outcomes. So if you can help us understand, Antanas, what is in the market? We know that as organizational development consultants, often in the market, we see there's a lot of facilitation processes, a lot of facilitators out there, a lot of educators, a lot of trainers and consultants out there. When you approach groups with coaching, group coaching, What is the significant difference, Antanas? Over to you.
Thank you, Fernanda, and thank you for questions. So I would start with this organizational development specialist. So you really put it a lot to me naming that as a specialist of not just team coach. So the mindset shift happened in the school. So for now, if we speak about the outcome, we have an organization which has a team who has not only, as you mentioned, facilitation. We facilitate some competence learning. As well, we're doing team coaching, and as well, we're doing one-on-one coaching. And it created some kind of competitive advantage. So nobody is offering actually that in Lithuania. So everybody offering trainings, everybody offering facilitation, but if you take the whole organizational development structure, nobody offers that. So that's what brought it to me in the case of organizational development. And this kind of client we now have with 9-month engagement contract. So now we are going it with my colleague, Raimonda is here, so we are running this group. And another point is this group of SME business owners. That's another niche of our business. And as well, we changed the approach, and now the group, thanks to the group coaching, actually more changing their mindset in business. And then the result comes. Not like they start trying to change the result, to get some, advice on the engagement. And the businesses are growing faster. So we're running now 45 SME business owner group who is meeting every week during the year. And that's as well, like this group coaching experience really put it a lot value to that program. Because we started with kind of trainings. So that's my two things, and this is two things and value which I brought. And as Kate said, this hidden agenda of having your business growing, so it's actually growing the business. This program helped me to build the business. So yeah, that's my story, and thank you for this question.
Wonderful, Antara. Thank you. Congratulations. And I think that's the at the end of the day, like I often hear in the coaching world, just as a nuanced insight, like often we have this. I think if you have been through 60 hours of course-specific training, one of the words that you often hear in this, like, this is my calling. I'm here to help. I love being of service. We have these kind of terms that we use around coaching, and sometimes it works counterproductive towards us because we have this feeling of like, if I'm helping, if I'm servicing someone, how can I take money out of it? Many coaches paradoxically are stuck unconsciously or subconsciously in this kind of mindset. So something that I make sure in these programs is that I think many of you who have been through our programs, so one of the first things I tell you in the training, you're not here to help. You're not here to help. You are here to provide a professional service that is worth having a price tag and having an income out of it. And I want to be very honest. This is professional coaching mastery certification. So the moment there's professional, it involves business engagement. It involves an exchange of a service here against the remuneration. So one thing that's really important for me as a professional, as a business owner, is that really rising up to this understanding that I am providing a professional service, and it is deeply ingrained into the entire program, no matter whether it is group or team coaching, whether it's our level 1 program or level 3 program or any other specialization. We operate from the perspective of that you are a professional. You are not here to help people. People help themselves when we deliver coaching, but you are delivering a professional service where you need to make a fair deal, a transaction in a way that you receive what is expected for you. In this case, if it is remuneration, if it is whatever it is, satisfaction, you approach that. But we are not here to help. This is really very important, establishing that in mind. So I can guarantee you all the programs that we deliver are grounded in this mastery, but at the same time, keeping in mind that these are real professionals, those who are going to go out there and charge a fee for the service that they deliver. We keep that in mind. I think it's very important, and I'm glad that it's helpful. Now, I would actually like to direct the same question to Michelle as well. So, Michelle, the question is, you play many roles, as you already mentioned. You are an educator, you are a leader, you are a facilitator, you are an individual coach, consultant, and you're a subject matter expert. You engage in many different roles. At the same time, as you were also introducing yourself, you mentioned that you come from your expertise or your services extend in the wellness space. So we would like to understand from your perspective, all of this, how does being a coach, especially group and team coach, elevate your practice in comparison to these other roles that you play?
Okay, so I'll look at it really through the group coaching lens. I do team coaching, but that is more in the sort of corporate world in terms of helping the teams to develop and to be the best versions of themselves. But because we're looking at it sort of as the group lens, I tend to do the group coaching with my wellness groups. So, for example, I'll just give you different examples of how I've used group coaching for different groups. So I do a 21-day virtual challenge in terms of mental wellness. So this is a very popular course. And each week we have a different focus. So one week it could be with diet, healthy eating. It could be about mindset. So very broad titles. And the great thing is, this is where the group coaching really is brilliant, because it's in terms of my values. I like to spread the news to as many people as possible about wellness. So when I provide these group coaching offerings, it means that I can touch many people. Obviously, you can work one-to-one, which is very beneficial as well. But there's also a lot that you can gain from group coaching. So if I look at these, I've probably done 7 or 8 offerings of this virtual group coaching. And if I look at the impact of that, it's quite amazing, because what happens is you get learning from the collective. So it's the power of being a group. So obviously so the other hat, I'm an expert in the area. So I also bring my own knowledge when I'm doing the facilitation and sharing of knowledge. But when we do the actual group coaching, when I've got feedback from the individual members, they talk about the power of just hearing other people's perspective, other people's solutions, other people talking about how they overcame those. And I think one of the most beneficial things is the accountability, because often with the group, they hold themselves accountable. And I see that. I do a lot of vision boarding group coaching sessions with a little bit of facilitation. And accountability is one of the really big things that they take with them, because they keep themselves accountable to actually create those vision boards and to do those actions. So I feel, as a group coach and also team coach, you're really adding value. And I think today, money scarcity is a big mindset at the moment, because there is a big economic problem touching globally. So people are watching their pennies. So the great thing about group coaching is that you can offer them a service that they might not be able to afford as individual group coaching, but they can as a group coaching. So we're really adding value, and so we're opening it to more people. And then, as well as collective contribution, you've also got that lovely diverse perspective. So a person comes and maybe they've got an issue with sleep or whatever. So they're also hearing diverse perspectives, and you can have a lot of reflective dialogue together. So even I learn a lot from myself as well. So definitely in terms of that group coaching, it is really a powerful tool. And I know, I mean, I did group coaching before I did this course, but doing the course really opened my mind to new ways of delivering, looking at it in different perspectives. So it really enhanced and enabled me to add value. I could go on, Fernando, but I think I'll leave it at that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. We know that you have a very rich, you have very rich insights and experiences, and that's why you're part of the faculty. So I look forward to learning from you as we continue this journey. Thank you. And I think now both Antanas and Michelle talk about how group and team coaching elevated, especially group coaching in this case, elevated their practice and their confidence as a coach. How about now we invite Ida to talk a little bit about what distinguishes individual coaching from group and team coaching? Because Ida is a coach educator, uh, an individual coach, and also group and team coach. So Ida is best suited to answer this question.
Thank you, Fernando, and thank you, colleagues, for sharing your insights. I really resonate with what's been said. Also with Michelle talking about these benefits of group coaching. I really resonate in my practice. I can witness these benefits of accountability, of shared energy, of broader perspective. But I'll step back a little bit and share with you what I myself was searching for when I was working with groups prior to I got the certification here. I was working with groups and various teams in my professional experience, and I was using those tools like facilitation, mastermind circles, trainings, and all of them really helped and did their job. However, the outcome comparing with group coaching was slightly in different shape, let's say. In group coaching, I witnessed that profound synergy effect and learning effect, let's say, as Michelle also mentioned, from looking at yourself in a broader context where you can be reflected, challenged, and supported in the way that you can't do it on individual level. So I would compare group coaching and individual coaching like entering a quiet room where you can hear your own voice and gain clarity, and group coaching like entering a circle of mirrors where you can be mirrored from various angles and find yourself and find a lot of new insights and creative solutions that you couldn't came up with in individual coaching. So there are like different aspects with individual coaching and group coaching, but coaching in my experience really worked as a mirror and amplifier, let's say, and like extra layer of profound transformation. So that's what I encountered in my experience trying different tools, like I said, like facilitation and training and mastermind. So this is like a cherry on the top now in my own experience while I'm conducting these group coaching engagements. And I must add that it's not easy for me as a, let's say, a kind of professional facilitator, shifting to a professional group coach is also a challenge for me, and I learn along the way with every engagement I'm doing, and I love it. I see the impact, and I see that it's creating something different and something subtle that I even can't say it in tangible outcome results, but it's something connected with belonging, normalization that I'm not alone. I can feel accepted in the community, and it really helps in these times of isolation and separation and huge emotional weight among our society. I don't know, Fernando, did I answer the question? I just shared this experience I encounter myself.
All right. I think, Ida, thank you for sharing your insight. I think it's very valuable since you come from a practical perspective. All right. Thank you, Ida. And we have two questions coming from Brigitta. Let's address them as we are being in the moment. So the first question is, what's the weekly learning rhythm? What is the minimum number of hours required per week? Okay, so the program runs for 3 months, consecutive sessions each week. And the live session engagement for the group and team coaching certification is 3 hours per week. So during your live classes, each week you will do 3 hours, and this is happening on a Tuesday on predefined dates. The dates are already in the website, and I think we start the session during the 3rd week of October is the first class. And then beyond your live engagement hours, those 3 hours, I would say about another 3 to 5 hours of weekly online learning would be included. And then as you progress into the program, maybe like about 2 months into the program, we will also execute a round of incubators. What we mean by incubator is giving you an opportunity to deliver coaching to a set of group or team coaching to a client that Ignite will provide you. So we have a program called Ignite Incubator, where we promote you. We create some marketing material. We help you to create it. We guide you through that process, and then we promote you to Ignite Global clients, and then we provide you with that the little group or the team so that you can deliver coaching. Actually, as I'm speaking, I'm looking for the website that we did it in the last engagement. So I'll quickly share this with you so that you see what I mean by that. So you get to do that incubator part where you deliver actually group and team coaching so that you gain that experience. So for an example, this is Geneva, whom you have actually met a few minutes ago. And then Sandra, they did a session, they made a video, and then they shared their vision. And then some of the network, our clientele joined their session and they delivered, and they gained the experience delivering that. So that usually would require about 2 to 4 hours, I think, on a weekly basis. So that's the kind of learning engagement hours, like so somewhere between like a 5 to 8 hours a week during the program. And then once you go into the incubator program, maybe another 2 to 4 hours need to be added to that time. So that's the time frame like, or the engagement like. And the second question is, after completing the program, is a coach fully prepared to apply for PCC and ACTC, including mentoring? Yes, when you complete the program, you go through the credential path, which is the mentoring program and assessing 2 of your recordings towards PCC. So you will not be submitting it directly to ICF. Instead, you will be submitting it to Ignite, because we are upgrading your previous certification to level 2 so that you can directly apply for the PCC credential through level 2 pathway instead of the portfolio pathway. You have everything that you need for PCC. Experience hours, which you gather by yourself, and then the training hours, 60 hours from your previous program, 65 hours from Ignite. And then having completed the 10 hours of mentoring requirement, as our colleague said at Ignite Global, we don't just deliver the bare minimal requirements for a credential. We rather look at the robust development of a professional coach. And that's what many of our colleagues mentioned, that our mentoring program is actually 6 months, and you engage in 12 sessions, completing 24 hours of group coaching. And on top of that, 3 to 5 individual mentoring sessions. So you do about good 30 hours of individual mentoring there, and you're very well prepared how to prepare the PCC recording. Now, this is an important aspect I think I must address as we're discussing, as we're answering this question. So if you are wondering, as I mentioned earlier, the group and team coaching mastery certification fully focuses on team coaching competency and organizational development. We don't necessarily approach the ICF core competency directly in this program unless it is required to be discussed among the team coaching competency. So then you might wonder, so how do you go from your current ACC level operations and understanding to the PCC level expectations? And that's a valid question. That's an important question because, like I mentioned, we don't address the core competency directly in the program. And that's where the mentoring program comes in. Because during the mentoring program, what we do is inviting a coach and a coachee to deliver coaching, real world session, and receive feedback around it, focusing on ICF markers. So there, because you already have the level 1 foundation, you understand the coaching framework, you know how to deliver coaching with about 100 hours of coaching experience, you start honing your skills here, you start sharpening your skills through the mentoring program over 6 months. So then I think it clarifies that when you go through the team coaching program, you gain the knowledge that is required towards ACTC, Advanced Certification in Team Coaching, fully. And then as you go through the mentoring program 6 months, you also elevate yourself from the ACC level operations that you had to the PCC level operations. This is what many of the colleagues mentioned, that one stone, two birds. So I hope that's understandable towards PCC. Now about ACTC, you have, again, the experience. You get some experience through delivering the coaching to the client that we will be providing to you. So that's one of the ways you can gain experience. And then you're also required to collect the 5 group coaching or team coaching engagements. The 5 team coaching engagements, that's another aspect that you also carry some responsibility. And apart from that, you need to be credentialed. You need to have 60 hours of team coach specific education, which is this program directly. And then the 5 hours of team coaching supervision. Like Kate mentioned earlier, we do have our own, I do work as a team coach supervisor, but these days I don't have much time. Therefore, my mentor, my supervisor, Benita Stafford Smith, is the one who delivers the supervision component. To be very transparent, these supervision hours are not directly included into the credential bundle package, but we are able to incorporate that, and it's delivered at a very reasonable additional fee as well. So you have all of that, and then the final step is the ACTC credentialing exam. We do not have a practice exam at this point of time, but for an example, we have a faculty member, Kate, who acquired ACTC credential, and she will be sharing her experiences with you so that you also have someone who can support you with the preparation towards ACTC exam as well. So in that sense, I believe all the requirements towards PCC and ACTC are included in this, in the way that we deliver this program. One more thing that I would like to mention, as I always say, we become a partner with you when you go through your professional development. What we mean by that is, let us take care of the nitty-gritty details that you need to pay attention to about ICF, where to apply, where to click, how to, what are your problems, what are your challenges as you go through that journey, and also to let you know, now it is right time for you to join the mentoring program. Now it's the time for you to create the 2 recordings. This is where you submit it. Let us accompany you through that process seamlessly through a very strong communication presence, relationship presence from our side. And you focus on what you do the best, which is serving your clients. So that's how we approach. So beyond just the time that you engage with Ignite, know that we consider you as a wealth, as an asset to Ignite. So you can always reach out to us and you have that support from our side. And then how long does it take to complete the full dual program? I would say, technically speaking, it can be completed within 4 months. But at the same time, which means you can complete the 65 hours requirement and then receive your certification. Like Kate mentioned, I think entire learning hours exceed 300 hours. So you can continue to study as much as you want, the topics that intrigue you, topics that you would like to further study, you can continue to learn, and the program is available to you for a year, full year's time, so that I think it provides you with plenty of time while you can finish the plenty of education opportunities, expansion opportunities. The program can be completed within 4 weeks, as short as 4 weeks, 4 months. Sorry. All right. How many total hours will we gain during all program? Well, learning hours, I think it exceeds 300 hours, as we heard earlier. In terms of your ICF accredited certification hours, by default, we provide 65 hours certification. However, if you are in need of further hours than 65, like maybe you already have 40 hours of course-specific education and you are looking for 85 additional hours of course-specific training for your PCC, we can provide an extension if you would like towards level 2 certification. ICF accredited standard hours is 65 because that's what most coaches are looking for. How does the ICF credential match with the IPAC credential for this course? William, I am unable to answer this question because I do not know about IPEC credential. By any chance, if any of our faculty members, if you have an understanding of how to answer William's question, you're most welcome. All right. With that, now that we are talking about the credential, I'm going to change the structure of our inquiry a little bit as of how we prepared faculty members. Next, I would like to invite Kate. As Kate mentioned in her introduction earlier, when Kate joined, she wanted to accomplish both of these credentials, and then she successfully did. So congratulations, Kate, for acquiring your PCC credential and also ACTC recently, not that recent anymore, but congratulations. So we would like to hear about your experience, Kate. How did this program cater to both PCC and ACTC as you completed both of them successfully? Over to you.
Thank you, Fernando. I would love to share with my coach colleagues and here to what it has helped me. I achieved my ACTC a couple of months ago, back in July. And this program, that was almost 2 years ago, I joined the Ignite Global's program for the dual path, one for PCC, the other one for ACTC. And one thing it helped me, I was at ACSTH, that's the older path that no longer offer currently. As far as I understand, ICF only offer level 1, level 2. Level 1 including 60 hours training and a mentor program, while ACSTH didn't have that. If I submit separately, I have to go through different recording, evaluation, pay different fees, and longer waiting time. Unsure if my recording would be passed. So with the Fernando's program, so when I discussed with Fernando, so he had this upgrading. So because when I enrolled the level 2 program and ACTC, the level 2 program included 6 months, 24 hours mentor coaching. That would be sufficient to meet, and also provide 2 recordings. And so I don't have to submit to ICF and wait for, if I passed my recording or not. So on that end, that was very helpful. Although I did a mentor coaching program prior separately, but I felt like this is so much value that I received that really, the mentorship was a great help. I don't want to mention the other one. Was not very optimum for anyone who want to have a guarantee. Hey, I'm competent. I meet a competency. My recording passed. That's what you want to. The assurance that you want to join the program for. That's what I was. That's why I shopped so many places, to find that comfortability, that had the assurance. And the other, the mentor program is 6 months, 24 hours. That was, and even beyond. You can listen to the recording every other week. I was attending practice and then go back to the mentor class. Is 2 hours each time, and then you learn and improve again, and then practice, and then improve, come back to learn, ask questions. Over 6, that was very generous. That's why I say the program probably at the time charged about the same amount that comparative program, but the value is far exceeded what I paid for. And also 3 hours one-on-one coaching was with Fernando. Fernando was that was on the level 2 side. He has a system, and you have to make sure you are in certain quality before you submit your recording. And well, some other coaching program may not have that. So you don't know if I pass or not, and then you have to pay by hours. That was very unfortunate. But with Fernando, and it's very clear. His system is very clear, and then you know where you are. And if you didn't meet the requirements, and he will not approve you, so you go back to work harder. And instead of we don't have to wait until ICF to disapprove us, and you are very certain about my path. Another one is the group and team coaching training on the ACTC side really taught me not only the team coaching competency, but also the business side, how to create agreement with the organization and how to create my package. And that was one of my concern, my intent. I want to go somewhere to learn really to build a business. And also, I think Fernando mentioned a little earlier about ACTC requirements. So one of the requirements is you have to have 5 engagements. In this program, there were 2 engagements I did. Once we finished the classroom training, and you have this practical training. The practical training is to do a group team coaching. Use what we learned through this program. And I immediately set up 2 programs. And the 2 engagements is a part of the in order to get Ignite certification, you have to finish not only the classroom training, you have to finish the practicum part training and practice or apprentice, whatever it is. That's follow that standard. And also the incubator program and helped a lot. The incubator can be another engagement if you are up for it. And that's what Fernando mentioned, that his client base will advertise, and then you participate in this incubator program and do a team coaching. Everything follow what the training that we received and participate that. I didn't attend that at the time because I didn't have enough time to do that. But that's a very good option. It's very practical. And coaching supervision. So follow the program. I followed with Miss Benita Smith, and Fernando mentioned he's Fernando's coach and mentor, and had so many years experience. And I felt like, wow, what a privilege that I'm being supervised by a coach, MCC, with all the experience. And so anyway, so that's like a one-stop shop. You come to this program and so many things covered, and you can. That's why it didn't take me too much more. I mean, for me, I was able to finish my ACTC program engagements and all the requirements and achieve my ACTC plus. I think Fernando is very, he's here not only to teach you competency, to give you a certificate. He's here has your future in mind. That's how I felt. Anyway, that's my perspective. He's here to have a business, how to prepare you to become successful in your coaching business. That's why I was in this program. So it's not just ending, getting the competency, getting a training certificate, and it's more even the engagement requirement, practical requirements, and the business incubator just give you more springboard to launch into the future business that we want to create for ourselves. I'm very thankful for this program. But anyway, that's what it has helped me in this. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention the mocking exam. The mocking exam was part of the, I think the part of the level 2 program. Yeah. And that was part of preparing for the exam as well. And all in all, that's what I felt very helpful. Probably I missed something, but that, yeah, I will stop here.
All right, Kate, thank you very much, and happy to hear about your experiences firsthand. Moving on, I think we only have about another 24 minutes. So I would like to invite Anne and Gochi also to share some insights about the program. And I invite both of you to keep it like maybe 2 minutes, so that way we can hear from all of you. All right, so Anne, with your extensive experience in individual, group, and team coaching, we would like to understand what are some of the complexities among these 3 modalities: individual coaching, group coaching, and team coaching, complexities between these.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important distinction to be made there. And I suppose most people on this call know about individual coaching, you know, that it's essentially client-led. The client is responsible for their own growth. The coach holds space, challenges, limiting beliefs, and asks, you know, powerful questions. But ultimately, the responsibility is on the client to grow and to commit to the process. Group coaching is slightly different, it's quite different. First of all, a group is a collective of either professionals or individuals who share a common interest or goal or learning or skill. And the coach partners with the group in a process where the participants offer support and, you know, accountability, like Ada was saying earlier, for each other, and they bring their life experience as well. The difference is that I suppose with a group and a team, I'll say first, the group are not working towards a shared goal. They work towards achieving their goals independently. So there's no shared performance outcomes. And an example would be maybe a group of entrepreneurs who want to improve their social media skills or scale their business, and they join a group coaching program, but they have a common interest, but they're not working together to achieve it. They achieve it, they work on it on their own. A benefit for coaches is that it's a lower price point that people might be more willing to pay for. I think Michelle might have mentioned that. So it might be more affordable, but at the end, sometimes people will sign up for one-to-one because they get such value out of the group that they'll sign up for the one-to-one coaching. The team coaching then is a lot more complex because the team as a whole is the client. It's a single entity. They do have a common purpose, shared goals, shared responsibility. But it's not just about achieving those goals. It's much more than that. It's working. It has a focus to, you know, bring team cohesion, to work on relationships, maybe communication skills. Conflict resolution, decision making, and just how the unit operates in general. So it's about improving team performance. It's not just about individual group growth. It's about the whole unit operating together to improve team performance. And it's also about developing a long-term team coaching mindset so that when the coaching engagement is finished, the team are able to continue with that team coaching mindset. Now, team coaching is more complex also in the preparation and delivery because it involves a lot of careful contracting and strategy. And there's also a whole scoping phase that is a separate contract. It's about, what the team coaching engagement is going to entail. And then it happens over phased delivery, and it can be over a period of time. So what I find with the PCMC GT program is that we really explored the depth and the nuance and the differences, and it really provided me with an awful lot of confidence. I was working with teams, but it really gave me a structure. It looked at the whole nuance about it, and I came away with clarity and a sense of being empowered to be a team coach. And for me, that it was invaluable. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne, how you articulated something very complex in very simple, understandable terms. Really appreciate that. And with that, I would like to bring our attention to Gochi. Gochi, you have about 2 minutes. And I would like to, since Gochi, you have been a mentor for this program in several cohorts through the years, Gochi, you have a lot of experience firsthand working with professional coaches who have sometimes even their PCC credential, but they are predominantly deliver individual coaching. And we see some of these coaches, those who have an individual coaching credential and coaching education, stepping up to the role of a group or team coach, which is great. I think we celebrate that courage. But at the same time, somehow, we have also noticed in those coaches that sometimes they make mistakes. They fall into pitfalls because that they may not have the sound professional understanding and background in delivering group and team specific coaching interventions. So, Gochi, what are some of those pitfalls or mistakes those coaches face?
Thank you, Fernando. I'll just take a few since we don't have that much time. I would like to say that maybe the first one would be the misunderstanding of competency. Team coaching has an additional 27 competencies to the ICF core competencies, which means that it is more complex. For example, competency 6 listens actively. In one-on-one, you're listening to one individual. But in the team coaching, in the team coaching framework or team coaching space, you're listening not just to an individual, you're listening to a team that is a system. So you're listening for patterns, you're listening for dynamics, you're listening, you're watching out for the collective energy of the team that is there. Another competency establishes and maintains agreements. In one-to-one, your agreement for whatever it is you want to establish is with one person. But when it gets to team, it becomes more complex because now you have layers of agreements because the team is an entity, not just one person. Then the team is interfacing, impacting, is within an ecosystem. The ecosystem is made up of, the organization, the HR, whoever it is that sponsored this program, and the interactions between the members themselves. So you're not building the capacity of one person. You are building the capacity of the system to be able to add value and impact the ecosystem. So when it comes to agreement, you have to recognize all of that. And many one-to-one coaches kind of miss out on the multiple layers and the complexity that is involved in establishing and maintaining agreements. I think another one would be like the directive role. Team coaching allows you some measure of directiveness. You can tell the coaches, or no, you can tell your clients as a team how much time to talk, who should talk, because it is important that you do not allow one voice to dominate the conversation. If not, you will not have a balance and you will not be able to properly establish a team. There will always be some people who feel left out, and you're not going to be able to get them to contribute or to become a part of that team, which is what you want. Now, there are also structuring errors. Sometimes we copy and paste our one-to-one structure. So you're doing an agreement, you don't factor in these multiple layers that we have talked about before, because there you're now doing one-to-one, maybe 60 minutes. Group, maybe 60 to 90 minutes. But when you come to structure the team coaching, you're looking at something that could take 2 hours, 3 hours, even sometimes 4 hours, sometimes a whole day. So when you're structuring it, you need to know precisely what you are offering, what the team should expect. Sometimes, even in this structuring, some training can come in, some time of facilitation can come in. You may even be required as a part of the structure that you will shadow the team or the organization in some meetings. So you are physically present there, watching and seeing what the nuances are, what the power play is. So when we don't appreciate this as coaches and we just bring the one-to-one competencies or skills, we will not be able to deliver value. So I think the thing that we really need to remember is that team coaching is about the system, not necessarily the individuals. The system has a goal. The system has what they need to achieve. The system is relating with a larger ecosystem. And therefore, your eye must always be on allowing the system to determine. You don't direct in as concerns the results or what they want to achieve, but you can direct in who speaks, the voices that are heard, maintaining a balance as the team is progressing. And then also we need to watch it with facilitation. Many of us find it easier to facilitate than to actually offer proper coaching, core coaching to the teams. The last one I would like to mention might be the issue of the ecosystem. Very important. We kind of don't pay as much attention as we ought to capturing, making sure the team appreciates and understands how to partner, how to impact the ecosystem. And finally, the issue of psychological safety. If there is no psychological safety, you have not been able to establish that among your team, you are not going to be able to achieve what you want. So always remember when you're pivoting from one-to-one to team coaching, that your work is with the system in an ecosystem and not the individual. Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you, Kochi. I really appreciate how you articulated some of the complexities and the pitfalls that we fall into when we don't have a strong background in group and team coaching. Really appreciate. All right, now that we are coming to the end of this session today, we would like to invite any of our colleagues who are joining here today as a participant. If you have any insight or any question that you would like to bring up, it's time now. Any questions or insights you'd like to share? Feel free to turn on your microphone and come forward.
Fernando, hi. I have a very quick question, and somebody can answer in a short way because I'm sure it has a longer answer. But just briefly, how would you describe the difference in the process between being a group coach and a facilitator of a group? How does that differ, group coach to facilitation?
All right. So when we say, I'll just take that very quickly as it can go very, very easily. Lisa, when we say facilitation, it has a set of instructions. It's informed already in advance. what the facilitation process is going to be like. For an example, change management. In change management, we need to have a very clear understanding of how each individual, how each department will be contributing to the changing process. So it needs to be controlled. When we deliver something that is controlled, we need to have a specific process, a procedure for us to follow. So in facilitation, the lead of the facilitation will be accompanying a set of individuals, teams, or groups through a specific set of instructions to create an outcome. This is facilitation. Whereas in coaching, we do not have an expectation as such, except for the direction of the client. We do not have a predefined structure or a set of instructions, hoping a specific or expecting a specific outcome to be directly emerged through that controlled process. So just like in individual coaching, we invite the client, in this case, the team or the group, to identify a collective goal. And then we enable that being in the moment, evoking awareness through the client's awareness, the client leading. So we use that same individual coaching approach, paradigm, in group and team coaching as well. It's not a structured, predefined process the coach would walk the client through.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Any insights? Any other questions? Ida, over to you.
Yes, I also got one question addressed directly to me, and I think it would be valuable, maybe it's just for the rest of us. Is ACTA issued coaching certification acceptable in this program? I mean, International Coach and Trainer Association, it's different association than ICF. Is that certification acceptable in the credentialing path in Ignite Global course path? Could anyone, maybe Fernando, or could we
Yes.
answer this question?
Yeah, I think this I think there are several factors we need to understand about the program and the program delivery and what are the needs of this the coach and the professional. So what I would recommend is, Ida, if you could maybe invite your colleague to reach out to us directly. Now, I'm also happy to follow all of you colleagues, in case if you are considering this program and if you would like to clarify any of your questions, inquiry, I'm happy to meet with you for a short strategic conversation and help you identify where maybe what are the resources that you already have and how can we build on top of that and not to repeat things either. Thank you for the question. I think I'd like to be a little bit more pragmatic when we answer that question. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So in that case, I would like to invite all of you to thank you for joining us, and I would like to invite all of you to have a look at the program. I think all the information that you need to be able to enroll in the program is already mentioned in our website. We are fully transparent in everything that we do. So as I mentioned, I'll quickly walk you through the website so you know how to find the specific information. So as you notice, it's professional coaching advanced mastery certification, coaching groups and teams. So this is the main designation, and then you have strategic and organizational development. So we focus on the this level 2 certification, which is the dual certification, as we mentioned repeatedly now. And as you can see here, you will be able to find more detailed information about the program here. And then as you notice that the program is starting really very soon, 48 days. So we invite you to come and join us if you are looking for a program towards your PCC and ACTC. And in terms of your dates, as I mentioned, that they are already predefined, available in the website. So you are able to block your calendar already if you are interested. And these dates are confirmed, and October 21st is the first session. And there's a set of questions if you would like to understand a bit more about the program, and feel free to hear from our coaches more details. And you also, so this is Benita Stafford Smith, my mentor and supervisor that everyone was talking about. And here are our faculty members, as you see here. And the fee is mentioned directly. You have two enrollment options. One option is you only do the group and team coaching practitioner certification. If you are not focused on credentials or not necessarily credential focus, you want maybe to develop your knowledge practice, and maybe you're already credentialed, so you're only looking for the knowledge. So there you can do the practitioner certification. But if you are working towards a pre-CC credential, which seems to be the immediate need of most coaches, then you can take the entire credential bundle. This includes the entire PCC credential, all the things that you need for PCC. So 65 hours of certification, ICF Faculty Level 2 certification, and the designation Group and Team Coach Advanced Practitioner, Organizational Development Specialist certification. And as many of our faculty members mentioned, a minimum of 24 hours of group mentoring sessions and at least 3 individual mentoring sessions are included. And then you also can upgrade to an MCC. So this is with the PCC mentor. You also can upgrade it to an MCC mentor if you like. And then assessment of your coaching recording. So we also assess 2 PCC recordings, which you don't have to submit to ICF directly, instead to Ignite, so that we can upgrade your certification to level 2 directly. And it also includes the ICF credentialing exam practice test, unlimited times practice 30 days. And it's blended, as you know, that there's a self-paced component through our own e-learning platform with plenty of resources. And also the live classes. In live classes, as you heard from our faculty members, you truly get your hands dirty. You put things into practice and perspective. And of course, we also record all our live classes and made them available in our e-learning platform for a full year, so that in case if you missed a class or needed revision, you can always come and revisit those recorded sessions as well. And also, of course, we have many other possibilities like our community master classes that we are running, our accelerated. We do a lot of things, and I think if you're in the network, you already know, so you're most welcome to come and join. And here you are. The enrollment can be done directly over here if you are interested. But if you need more information, or you would like to meet with either me or one of our colleagues here, the faculty members, you are most welcome to connect with us. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. Thanks to our faculty members for making time, inviting your network, and sharing your insights here. Very much appreciated. And also those faculty members who are not part of this webinar today, but showing up and supporting us, thank you very much. And also finally, I would like to thank all of those professionals, coaches, those who are interested in continuing your professional development and staying with us until the end. And I hope that this session provides you with some understanding of what we do at Ignite Global. At the same time, also hopefully it is insightful in terms of your evolving journey. Once again, thank you everyone for being here. We look forward to our next session, where we will have a more of a focus towards team coaching. So if you're following this series of sessions, I look forward to seeing you in the next session. And thank you very much. Wish you all the very best. Bye for now, colleagues.